Hello, everyone. This is Robert from Book of Mormon Editions, where we discuss printings, publications, and various editions of the Book of Mormon. So, the review we do today is based on a very academic printing that has a lot of research and church history behind it. I have no idea where to begin as there's so much content and background, but here we go. The title of this edition is called The Original Manuscript of the Book of Mormon, a typographical facsimile of extant texts, and list Royal Skousen as editor for this volume. The publisher is listed as the Foundation for Ancient Research and Mormon Studies, also known as FARMS, which in 2001 was a division within Brigham Young University. You'll recognize Royal Skousen as a professor of linguistics at BYU and has been heavily involved with Book of Mormon research. I previously did a video regarding an edition of the Book of Mormon called The Earliest Text, which is credited to Royal Skousen. In that edition, Professor Skousen publishes the text of the Book of Mormon after reviewing both the original and printer's manuscripts of the Book of Mormon, and lists various edits and typesetting circumstances for it. So I'd refer you to see that video also. So the earliest text edition was a result of Professor Skousen's research that included this FARMS publication of the original manuscript edition. This is a hardcover table edition with oversized pages. The introduction of this volume goes through extensive detail regarding the background of the Book of Mormon and the original manuscript. So church history says that Joseph Smith had the original manuscript of the Book of Mormon in Nauvoo and placed these papers in a stone box, which was then installed into the foundation of the walls of the Nauvoo house in 1841. The manuscript was kept there until 40 years later, where it was removed by Emma Smith and her second husband, Louis Bideman. Unfortunately, time was not favorable to these pages as they were badly water damaged and deteriorated. It seemed that Bideman gave various fragments to visitors as they passed through. So over the years, the Salt Lake Church obtained many of these pieces. Researchers could only find about 1/4 of the various pages of the original manuscript. The rest was damaged beyond recognition. So Skousen and FARMS published a comprehensive analysis of the surviving pages of that original manuscript and published these in a volume in 2001. They even photographed the pieces in ultraviolet light to get ink marks that have been faded in the natural light. The text of the volume is in type and turned 90 degrees on the page. The lines matches the various lines of the surviving original text. Several brackets, asterisks, and other marks are used as a set of coding to understand penmanship, shorthand words, and other ink marks. This system is explained in the introduction, but it's designed for the researcher to see the various writing marks of the scribe to determine what's there and what's not. Overall, this is a hugely academic text, as the text goes into extensive details on marking, sources, and analysis of ink strokes. One thing I found interesting was knowing the various scribes and even the penmanship of each was analyzed. Also, because this was in pieces and dispersed to individuals over time, a huge recognition goes to Wilford Wood, who made it a personal project in the 1900s to collect as many of the surviving pieces as possible. You'll remember I did a review on the project he worked on regarding the 1830 replica that he published. He's also remembered as a collector of Mormon memorabilia and was significant to gather these pieces of the original manuscript and pass them to the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. So this volume is out of print, and getting a copy is becoming harder and more expensive. However, recently the Salt Lake Church has published various volumes called the Joseph Smith Papers. One recent volume goes through the original manuscript again with the help of Royal Skousen, and I'm looking forward to reviewing that copy in the future and comparing it to this copy. So this is the original manuscript of the Book of Mormon with facsimile analysis by Royal Skousen and FARMS in 2001. They also did a 2-volume set for the printer's manuscript, and I'll review that set in the future also. So it looks like I have some material to cover in this Book of Mormon series. Thanks everyone for your support, and please feel free to tell others of the series and review previous videos. If you have a special or unique edition of the Book of Mormon that you'd like reviewed, please contact me at bomadditions@gmail.com. Best wishes until next time.